Well, hello there, and you join us here today to talk about watches, but not just watches, watches and style. I don't care how stylish you are, these are style rules you need to follow. Or do you? No matter what your style is, and even if you're nowhere near as stylish as I am, you can find a load of pre-owned watches to match any style over at watchfinder.com. Tom, you know me, I am a very stylish man, and I know you too are a very stylish man, so I thought together we could combine our knowledge of style and bring them into watches.
Sounds good, I guess. I wouldn't say I'm a massive authority on style or watches or anything really, but here we are.
Me neither, which is why I've been scouring the internet for a bunch of different watch style rules so we can have a look at them and see whether or not we think they're things that we, or indeed anyone, should really adhere to. So let's jump straight in with the first style rule, Tom. Do not, this is what I've heard, do not wear two watches at once.
That seems a little bit restrictive.
Are you a man who often wears more than one watch?
No, but I've got two wrists and two ankles and a neck. So, why restrict yourself to just one? That's what's the reason why you shouldn't do that?
I can't necessarily tell you the reason why not, but I can tell you the reason why some people might. It's become quite trendy to wear a smartwatch and a mechanical watch. I tried this just to see what it was like, but I found myself looking at the time on the smartwatch and forgetting that I even had the nice watch on at all. So I ditched the smartwatch. Didn't really need my Instagram messages coming through to my wrist. But why you shouldn't wear both? It does make you perhaps look a little bit like a know-it-all.
Yeah, I'd say it makes you look a bit indecisive. look a bit unsure, like you're constantly anxious about being late.
He knows the time every which way. If he's looking left, he knows the time. If he's looking right, he knows the time.
Sure.
The wearer of two watches is someone who doesn't trust other people. He always needs a second opinion on everything.
Yeah, could be that.
Well, there you go. If you don't want to look like someone who doesn't trust anyone, maybe just stick to one watch. Otherwise, wear as many watches as you like.
Have at it.
Even if you do look like a Burke. Right, the next rule, Tom. Don't wear your watch over your sleeve. Most people would wear it next to or indeed under their sleeve if it fits, but over the top. I think we can throw an exception in for divers, astronauts, and other people who professionally wear their watch over their equipment so they don't die. But for everyone else, what do you think?
Yeah, I guess that's fair enough. But again, if it's really, really cold out and you've got a big puffer jacket on, how's anyone going to know that you've got a Rolex? So whack it on over the top if you want. No harm, no foul.
Your Richard Mille needs to sit well and truly over the top of your shell suit for anyone to know that you're rich and dangerous. I'm not sure that people should wear their watches over their sleeve. Like you say, what other reason is there for doing it than for other people to see what watch?
Well, I'm not here to judge. I think, if you can pull it off, then that's fine. I mean, someone probably will if they see it over your coat. But go for it. If it feels good, do it. That's what I say.
Well, we are literally here, Tom, because we had a meeting to pre-discuss this recording to say, can you come on this show to judge? So you are here to judge, and you are going to judge people who wear a massive watch with formula tie, because that is our next rule. Don't wear a massive watch with a dinner jacket. Invicta at the presidential ball? No.
So Rolex Deep Sea with the tux? Also no.
Sorry, James. Sorry, Mr. Cameron. That is a hard no.
There has to be some sort of coordination at some point, doesn't there, I guess? Otherwise, it's just anarchy.
Bermuda shorts with tails.
Is the reverse also true? Can you wear a Grand Complication at a barbecue? Or is that also an Eddie no-no?
I think we're straying well out of our comfort zone here. I'm not qualified for this conversation at all. But this next one, I think you'll probably have something to say here. Do not wear your watch bracelet loose. Are you a loosey-goosey?
No, I'm an uptighty-whitey. Yeah, loosey-goosey. I mean, I'm worried it would, if you're wearing your watch like a billowing scarf that's sort of trailing behind you on a bracelet, that I'd be worried I'd lose it, wouldn't you?
I'd be worried that I would knock it on my pinky finger signet ring.
Yeah.
That I also wear, my very loose, full gold day date Rolex with. So
I would just observe caution if you're going to go loosey-goosey with it.
It's called a wristwatch. It's not called a back of your hand watch. And so I think on the wrist is where it should be. There is, in fact, whether you could call it divine intervention, you could call it evolution, you could call it whatever, but there is a little nodule in your arm at the wrist, which is that watches may not go further than this point nodule. People who wear their watch beyond that nodule, or indeed on it, they're the worst people. People who wear their watch on the nodule. If you wear your watch on the nodule, please explain in the comments. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, nodule.
Do you think it is good style etiquette to match your strap with your shoes and belt?
Oh, well, I mean, that sounds marvellous. I wish I had that kind of forward thinking to match my clothes.
I see. You're lucky to have enough socks in the drawer, aren't you? I think that's where we're at.
Yeah, that sounds good, doesn't it? Matching. Cool. Could you imagine matching NATO strap and matching trainers as well? That'd be good.
I think if you had a tan leather strap and a tan belt and tan shoes, is that too much? That sounds like too much to me.
Is it? Can you be too coordinated? I don't know.
I think you can make too much of an effort, yeah. If I've learned anything from style greats like Steve McQueen, is that if you make too much of an effort, you have to have a certain level of, I just threw this on and it just so happened to look great.
Yeah.
Next one. You should wear dark dials with darker outfits, and you should wear lighter dials with lighter outfits, and never shall the two mix.
That sounds like a stretch. That sounds arbitrary. That sounds like a rubbish rule.
I agree with you there. I think coordinating the colour of the dial to the rest of the outfit, there's too much, too many rules. My strap needs to be the same as my belt, and my dial needs to be the same as my jacket. I don't have this amount of jackets and dials. Chill. No one seems to be complaining about Tiffany blue dials, and I haven't seen anyone wearing a Tiffany blue suit.
Yeah, sure.
Moving into the watches themselves, Tom. Here's a style rule that I've seen pop up quite a lot. Don't wear gem-encrusted watches. I'm talking about those watches that look like they've been dunked in glue and rolled through a diamond factory. They are just an entire no-no, apparently. What's your take on those watches?
They're highly aspirational, aren't they? You need to get insane levels of wealth to find those desirable, I think.
Of all of these different rules, most of them, live and let live. This one, no. Even the gem set watches by the manufacturers, it seems like such a lot of effort to be so OTT. Like you said, you have to be very, very wealthy to have one of these products. And a little bit of gems here, that's quite nice. Just sort of, like decorating a Christmas tree. If you can't see the tree anymore for baubles, it's too many baubles. Tom, how about this one? You need to mix it up. You need to wear a different watch every other day.
No, I don't like that. That sounds expensive and unhealthy.
I do wonder if this rule has been concocted by the Federation of Swiss Watchmakers,
Yeah.
keen to encourage people to buy more watches. Tom, here's one for you. Are you an owner of expensive watches and cheap suits?
No and yes.
Would you think that it's okay to pair that expensive watch with a cheap suit? And when I say cheap suit, I mean it's so shiny you can see your reflection in it.
I don't know. It seems fair enough to spend all your money on the watch and then, buy the suit with whatever money you have left. You can prioritise watch over suit. Why not?
This relates tangentially to a favourite photo theme of mine, is the watch and the steering wheel. Have you seen this, where people take a picture of their Rolex and their Mercedes steering wheel together? But my favourite variations of those are people with complicated Patek Philippe's taking a picture over the steering wheel of their Toyota Corolla. Because that really shows that someone has put all of their eggs in one very, very specific basket. And I can get on board with that. That's passion to a dangerously unhealthy level. I like that. Tom, for our last style rule, last but certainly not least, the style rule we're ending this on is don't ever, ever, ever wear a Hublot. How do you feel about that?
Ooh, that is strong. That's strong and harsh. And dare I say, a little bit mean. No. Enjoy Hublot is what I'm saying, as a rule. Try that one on for size.
And it fits
If you
rather
can.
well. I think if you have the money for a Hublot, and you know that you're not going to get the maximum bang for that particular buck, and you like the way it looks, fine. If you want a purple sapphire watch with a tourbillon, fine.
Enjoy wearing a Hublot on each wrist over the sleeve.
And there you have it, dear viewer and listener. Of all of those style rules, are there any that you adhere to or you disagree with? I think we're pretty much agreed here that you can just do whatever you like, so long as nobody gets killed in the process. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe as well, as it really helps, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.